All right, we have a lot to do today, but on the bright side, rush, shut your computer. You have no reason to have it open. We got a lot of time today because we no longer have Mrs. Bunch. So our Wednesdays are no longer like jam-packed. In the morning, we have more time since we no longer have Mrs. Bunch. So your homework was 2, 4, 5, and 6. So number 2, it says write a fraction in order from greatest to least. So we have 1/4, 5/6, 5/8. So I meant least to greatest, not greatest to least. I don't know what I said. When I look at this, 1/4. What is half of 4? 2. And 1 is less than 2, so that means this one is less than half. So that's pretty small. 0, half, 1. So 1/4 is going to be somewhere right here. Now, what about 5/6? What is half of 6?
3.
3. It's 5 more than 3 or smaller?
More.
So that means it's over here, and it's only 1 away from a whole, so it's probably close to here. And then 5/8. What is half of 8?
4.
5 is bigger than that, so it's more than 1/2, but it's 3 away from being a whole, so it would be somewhere in here. So least is 1/4. Then we have 5/8. Then we have 5/6. What?
Can I pass out pens?
Yeah, I forgot about those. John's going to pass out pens real quick. Any questions on that first one? Although it's supposed to be least to greatest, so I shouldn't be putting commas. I'm sorry. I should be putting least to greatest signs. Sorry. That's my bad. I'm going to draw a new timeline for number 4. 1/2, 0. So I have 4, 6, 7 12, 5 tenths. Let's start with the simplest one. 5 tenths. What is half of 10? 5. So 5 tenths is right on the half. Now 4, 6. What is half of 6? It's 4 bigger than 3 or smaller than? Bigger, which means it is more than? It is more than half, so 4/6 is going to be somewhere over here. And now I have 7/12. What is half of 12? 6. And 7 is bigger than that, so it is also over here. So now I need to decide which one is bigger. Well, we know that 5 tenths is going to be the smallest, because that's right on half. The other ones are past half. So 4/6 to 6/6. How many is different? What's the difference there? Only
2.
2. Now 7/12 to 12/12. That's an 11, sorry. To 12/12. What's the difference there? 5. So which one is bigger? 4, 6. So it should be 5 tenths is less than 7/12, less than 4/6. That should be your answer. So we should be writing those greater than or less than symbols in between that commas. And number 5. Number 5. Put my half in the middle. 1 over here, 0 over here. I have 1/4, 1/8, 1/2. All right. So these all have 1s. Which one of these is the simplest to find? I'm going to disagree with you. There's one that's easier.
Oh, the half.
The half. Because a half is clearly a half. Go us. And now 1/4 and 1/8, those are both going to be less than a half, obviously, because 1 is smaller than 2, and 1 is also smaller than 4. So I'm going to see how many they are away from a whole. What is the difference between 1/4 and 4/4? 3. And then how about 1/8 to 8 over 8? What's the difference there?
7.
7. So the smaller one would be 1/8. Then it would be 1/4. then it would be 1/2. Okay? Questions, complaints, concerns? How are we feeling? Okay, good talk. All right, last but not least, number 6. All of them, these are mixed numbers. What makes them a mixed number? Someone remind me, what's a mixed number?
It has a whole number and
A whole number and a
fraction.
fraction, which is totally fine in this case because all of them have the same whole numbers. So instead of this being 0, I'm going to put this 1. This is going to be 1 1/2, and this is just going to be 2. So we have 1 1/2 pounds, 3 3/4 pounds, 3 3/8 pounds. We want to go lightest to heaviest. Well, 1 1/2 pounds should be super simple. Where's that going to be? Right in the middle, right there. Then we have 1 3/4. What is half of 4? 2. And 3 is bigger than 2, so that means it's going to be more than half. So 1 3/4 would be here. And then we have a 1 3/8. What is half of 8?
4.
4. 3 is less than 4, which means it's going to be less than half, less than half. So this would be 1 3/8. So our smallest one is 1 3/8. The middle one is 1 1/2. And then next we have 1 3/4. Any questions over those 4 problems?
No.
You did not get them correct. You should have been writing them. Okay, I personally wrote it on the screen. So I don't really like that. You're so awesome, thank you. Alright, questions, complaints, concerns? If not, we're moving along. I need someone to pick up those pens for me. Gabby can. Close to them. All those boxes. Woo!
Box.
You love box.
Is that a litter box? No, it's not.
All right, we're about to, by the way, in our closet, we're about to have a lot of boxes because the food drive is coming up. So leave them alone.
Yes. Why did you say that?
Lily, erase my board. And I need you to put away this book and get out your new math book.
Guess what?
I will take that.
No, new math book.
No.
Hey, Alan.
No.
We're on 6.1.
No, 6.3.
Well, there's
It's January.
yeah,
That's
it's not
exciting.
like
Recommend
the beginning of January.
look at the name.
I need you all on 363.
What name?
363, please. New math book, Isabel. Go put your old book in your backpack. 363, please.
I am a bean baby. You're a bean baby. You're not a bean baby. You're a bean baby.
So we are going to be continuing what we've been doing with finding a fraction on a number line, but now we're going to estimate the difference and the sum of these fractions. So we're going to be estimating if we added them together and estimating if we subtracted them. Sum is for which one? Addition or subtraction? Addition. And difference is for subtraction.
I said you're a bean baby. What? It's bean baby.
So we're gonna unlock the problem together. Kimberly, that lovely lady, will be riding her bike to school this year. How nice. The distance from her house to the end of the street is 1/6 mile. The distance from the end of the street to the school is 3/8 mile. About how far is Kimberly's house from the school? We're going to use benchmarks, and if we remember those benchmarks, it's the 0, half, and 1 to find a reasonable estimate. To find reasonable estimates by rounding the fractions to 0, half, and 1, like I just said. And we're going to use a number line. So we're going to estimate 1/6 plus 3/8. Okay? So, dun, 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 dun. First, we're going to place a point at 1/6 on the number line. So, here's my number line. 1/6 is right here. Woo! 1/6. The fraction is between what and what? Someone read me those numbers. 1/6 is between what and what?
2/6 and 3/6.
Yeah, perfect. But we're using benchmarks. So it's between what benchmarks?
0.5.
0.5. Correct. It's between 0 and 1/2. But which one is it closer to?
0.
Yes, it's 1 away from 0. It's 2 away from 1/2. So the fraction 1/6 is closer to the benchmark 0. So we're going to round it to 0. Okay? Next one, we're going to place a point at 3/8 on the number line. What benchmarks is it between? 0.5. Thank you. But which one is it closer to? Half. Because it's 3 away from 0 and only 1 away from 1/2. So we're going to want to round it to the one it's closer to. So we're going to round it to a half. Perfect. So we're going to add our rounded fractions. 1/6, 3 rounded to what?
0.
0. 3/8, we rounded to half. 0 plus 1/2 equals half. So Kimberly's house is about 1/2 mile from the school. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Everyone see how we did that? If someone right now can tell me what property of addition we used right here, I will be pumped. What property of addition did we just do right here?
Oh.
Distributed?
Commutative.
Nope.
Identity?
You may get a piece of candy, Gabby. Any number plus 0 is always itself. That's why it's the identity property. Good job, Gabby. I'm so glad you remember that. You may all turn the page. Gabby's the winner of the day. This game today, long way to go. All right, next. Dun 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 dun. Don't be stealing my thunder. Wow, I see no one did the job of erasing. Oh, too late. This class is already here.
How dare you?
All right. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to make our number lines. We're going to round. It shall be fabulous. So, we can compare the numerator and denominator to round the fractions and find a reasonable estimate. So, this one is going to be subtraction. We're going to be finding a difference instead of a sum. So, 9/10 minus 5/8. Think of the numerator is about the same as the denominator. So, this one is like, this is what we did before. 9/10 is extremely close to 10/10, right?
Yeah, it's 1.
Yeah, it's almost a whole. So, that means we're going to round it to what benchmark? 0, half, or 1?
1.
1, because it is basically already 1. Now, if we think about this one, the denominator is 8 and the numerator is 5. Well, half of 8 is 4. So 5 is only 1 more than half. So are we going to run around this this to half or to 1? Half. Yeah, perfect. So we rounded 9/10 to 1. 5/8 we rounded to half. And 1 minus half is going to be a half. Yep. So it's about a half. Or you could have also drawn the number line, and that would have been perfectly fine. You could have done 0, 1/10, 2/10, 3/10. These are not even, I'm sorry. 4/10, 5/10, blah, 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 so on. And here would have been 9/10, and here would have been 1. Well, here's half, here's 1. Clearly, 9/10 is closer to 1. You are free to draw that number line if you want. I'm more than happy for you to do that. If you're having trouble thinking of the benchmarks in your head, totally fine. Emphasis on the fine. Okay, so where are my... Where's my remote? I'm scooting down. All right. So these are mixed numbers, and that's totally fine. But we're only going to worry about the fraction until we actually have to subtract or add, okay? So we're only worrying about the fraction for right now, okay? So we're just going to put the 2 off to the side for later. I'm just going to circle them so I remember. But we have 7/8. What would I round 7/8 to? 0, 1/2, or 1? Mason?
1.
1. And why do you say 1?
Because it's 1 away from the card.
Eric? Because it's only 1 away from a whole, right? So 2 and 7/8, we're going to round to 2 and, or we're not going to say 2 and 1. What would it actually be rounded to? It would round to, if we just rounded 7/8 to a whole, what is 2 plus 1?
3.
3. So now it's going to be 3 minus something. And I have 2/5 here. So what is half of 5? 2.5. And guess what? 2 is really close to 2.5. So we're going to round this to what? 0 or half? Half. So now I have 3 minus 1/2. Can someone raise their hand and tell me what 3 minus 1/2 is? Abby?
2.5.
2.5. Perfect. And once again, you are free to do a number line if you want. That is totally fine. Mason?
Now you subtract the 2 and it's a half.
Oh, yeah. Haha. No. Because there wasn't a 2. We added the 1 to it. So it's a whole.
Oh.
So it's 3. We already did that. Yeah, we're good. All right. Now we're going to add this one. Dun, 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 dun. Once again, I'm not going to worry about those whole numbers quite yet. I'm going to worry about the fractions. 8/9. What benchmark number am I going to round it to? 0, half, or 1? Someone I haven't talked to. Shh. Zoe. 1, because 8 is basically already 9. So now I have 1 and 1 whole. So what is 1 plus 1, everyone? 2 plus something. We have 8/10. What benchmark am I going to round 8/10 to? 0, half, or 1, Phoebe? 1, because 8 is only 2 away from 10, where it's 3 away from 5 half. So now we have 4 and a whole. 4 plus 1 is?
5.
5. So now we have 5, or 2 plus 5, which is just 7. That's it. Okay? How are we feeling? How are we feeling? Fabulosos? Best time ever?
Yes.
All right, I need... Oh, Calvin and Eliana, you guys gotta go. I need Alex to erase my board.
Yeah, Alex.
Yeah, I'll do the job.
And he's the closest one to the board.
That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it does. But you forgot
Alex,
to
you
circle.
missed a spot.
I do not care.
What?
Nice glasses.
You don't have this in your book. You're just going to be on the screen with me for a second. So put your pencils down, and we're just going to do a few more together really quick with these benchmark shenanigans. But I feel like you guys are doing pretty good. But these just have the number lines. So we got this. Okay? We're just going to do this together, okay? Sit up. This is not nap time, okay? All right, I'm going to be calling on lots and lots of people. people, so you better have your self ready. So
Interesting.
number 1 is 4/6 plus 1/8. So I'm gonna put 4/6 right here. What would I round that to? A half or 1? I'm gonna call on everyone. What am I gonna round that to, Alex? A half or 1? Half, because it's closer to a half. So now I have 1/2 plus, and here's 1/8 over here. Is that closer to 0 or half, Ethan?
It is closer to.
What?
Wait.
1, 1, 2, 3.
0.
Thank you. 0 or 1/2 plus 0 is what, everyone?
1/2.
Half. Yep. So this equals half. Fabulous. All right. Let's erase. Go to the next one. We have 2/6 plus 7/8. 2/6 goes right here. John, is that closer to a half or 0?
A half.
Perfect. Half.
0.
7/8 goes right here. Zoe, is that closer to half or 1?
1.
1. Bree, what is 1 plus a half? Yeah, 1/2. 1 and 1/2. Perfect. Fabulous. Erasing my board. Going on again. All right, I have 5/6. 5/6 goes right here. But this time we're subtracting. Let's keep that in mind. Is that closer to 1 or half, Gabby? 1. Now I have 3/8. Is 3/8 closer to half or 0, Claire? Half. Phoebe, what is 1 minus a half? A half. Fabulous. Rush, I have 4/6 right here. Is that closer to a half or 1?
Closer to half. Well, it's over from a half.
So is it closer to half? Or is it,
Closer to half.
yeah, closer to half. And then I have 3/8. Is 3/8 closer to a half or to 0, Mason?
3 is closer to a half.
A half. Alicia, what's a half plus a half?
Two 3/8 is the problem.
1/2 plus 1/2. If I have half a pizza and another half a pizza and I put them together, what do I have?
1.
Thank you. A whole.
Gaming pizza.
7/8.
Exactly.
Isabel, is 7/8 closer to a half or to 1?
1.
5/6 goes right here. Is 5/6 closer to a half or 1, Isaiah?
1.
1. 1 minus 1 equals what, Malik?
0.
Fabulous.
0.
1/6. Is 1/6 closer to 1 closer to 0 or a half, Madeline? 7/8. Is 7/8 closer to a half or 1, Eric?
It's closer to a 1.
What?
It's closer to 1.
Yep. 0 plus 1, everyone, is
1.
1.
Wow, you guys are so smart. Okay, that was just a nice little cruise. A nice little cruise through. I need Alex to erase my board and everyone else pick back up your pencil. We're going to go back to our book. Malik, why are you not writing? Oh, here. What a catch. Touch.
You forgot 2 dots.
Bro,
I don't.
You just get the little.
All right, friends. The sooner we get through this, the more time you're going to have on your homework. Malik, put that away. It's not time for that. Rush. Please stop. Mrs. Kamichael's the only one that gets to do that. All right, friends. We're going to estimate the sum or difference. Sum is for what? Addition. Difference is for?
Subtraction.
Whoop, whoop. Okay, so we have 5/6 to 3/8. We would round 5/6 to what benchmark? Is it closer to 0, half, or 1?
1.
1. 3/8. Is that going to be closer to 0, half, or 1? Half. And guess what? 1 plus a half equals 1 1/2. Eric. If I talk to you again, you're going to be standing. Okay? Pick up your pencil. You've written nothing down during math class today. I'm going to let you know. I know how to do this. I'm not doing this for Mrs. Kneifel. All right. 5/9 minus 3/8. What would we do? 5/9. Would we round that to 0, half, or 1? Someone raise your hand and tell me. Isabel?
1.
Disagree.
No.
Yeah. Half, because half of 9 would be 4/5. Or, I mean, no, sorry, it'd be 4.5. Well, 4 and 5/10, or 4.5. So it would be closest to a half. Minus 3 over 8. 3/8. What benchmark would we round that to? 0, half, or 1, Alicia? What? Yeah, half. And a half minus a half equals 0. All right, this next one, remember, we're not going to worry about that whole number right now. That's not our priority till we actually add them together. 6/7. What benchmark would we round that to? 0, half, or 1? Zoe?
1.
1, because it's basically almost a whole. And then we have 2 and something. 4/5. 4/5. What are we going to round that to, Eric?
Round it to a whole.
We would round it to a whole. So 2 plus 1 is
3.
3. So 1 plus 3 is
4.
4. Fabulous. We have 5/6 plus 2/5. 5/6. What benchmark would we round that to, everyone?
1.
1 plus 2/5. Well, half of 5 is 2.5. So 2.5 is pretty close to half of 5. So we would round 2/5 to
1/2.
half. 1 plus half equals
1/2. 1.5.
1 and 1/2. Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. Right now on your own, I want you to try 5 and 6 on your own. 5 and 6. And we're going to go over them. So you're doing it by yourself. You can't do it. Of course, smart cookies.
Oh.
You're doing 1 and 2, or whatever those two numbers are right now in class. We're going to go over them. I have not said those.
There was a voice in there.
Yeah, I think so.
Is 1/5 is close to a half? Because if I were you, I would think it'd be closer to 0. That's not right. Yes, it is. Zoe Vogel.
I didn't get that book.
Well, then you need to take it back to the library today. Not right now, but in a little bit. All right, let's try it. 5/8. Well, half of 8 is 4. 4 is really close to 5. So we would round 5/8 to half. Thank you. 1/5. What would we round 1/5 to, everyone? 0.
0.
Well, this is the identity. Well, this is subtraction, but so I take this back. Well, technically it would be the identity part of subtraction, but we've talked about that. Half minus 0 is still a half. 1/6 plus 3/8. 1/6 is really close to what benchmark, everyone? 0. Plus 3/8. 3/8 is really close to what benchmark?
Half.
0 plus a half equals questions are we currently having, my friends?
Hello.
Questions, complaints,
Oh.
concerns.
But there's a triangle.
All right, we got a lot of time, okay? Big old bunch of time. Need everyone turn to 167. Or whatever, that something 67, whatever.
366.
Yeah, 367. Thank you.
Please, there's homework. What's homework? What's homework?
Guess what? On account of A, we have a lot of time, and B, these problems take about no time at all. I want you to do 2 through 11, not 12, and 1's already done. So your homework is 367, 2 through 11, okay? Because these take essentially very little time. So 367, 2 through 11. Bye-bye, Sarah Bell.
Right.